What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Monday, May 25th. These picks apply for the DraftKings Showdown slate. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, real quick for those who don't know how these simulated slates work, everything works the same. You build a full lineup using the players available in the slate. The only difference is the fantasy points each player scores is a fantasy score from any game that player has played so far this year. Only players with at least 15 games played are in the player pool. Pretty simple. They just take a score at random from previous games that player has played, and that's it. So knowing how that works, we've added some tools to Draft Dashboard so you can see all the possible outcomes of scores from each player, and we show the percent chance that the player has to score in each point range. So pretty handy. You can hover over the Sim Scores button and see right here exactly what scores this player can get for this contest. It will be one of these at random. And then you can see what percent chance they have to score in these point ranges. Okay, remember, we have a daily cheat sheet for esports for League of Legends, and that's linked from the Sports tab right at the top of Draft Dashboard. And we now have a cheat sheet for Korean baseball, NASCAR, and the MMA, and you can find those cheat sheets linked from the Draft Dashboard news. Okay guys, let's take a look at this DraftKings showdown between the Denver Nuggets and the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, I'm going to start off by giving you the top value play of the slate, and that's definitely Caris LeVert. This looks like a pricing mistake. He was cheap on the last slate. I don't know why he's so cheap, but this guy's a lock. He's projected at 31.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 7.8 times value. He's 4,000 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 10% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 44% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 33% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. An 8% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And a 5% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So you're not going to find much better than that. So I like Caris LeVert here at 4,000 DraftKings salary. Another nice value play here, although Caris LeVert is a much better value play for only 200 more, but I like Paul Millsap, projected at 24.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6.5 times value. He's 3,800 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 23% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 39% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 39% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. So I like Paul Millsap here at 3,800 DraftKings salary. And just real quick, I don't have this guy on my cheat sheet, or I'm not really picking him for this video, but he did kind of fit into my lineup. I'll show you at the end of this video. I wanted to play Paul Millsap, but I really needed an extra 200 salary, so I played Mason Plumlee, who's projected at 19.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 3,600 DraftKings salary. Let's just take a quick look at his sim scores. See, they're not great. He has a 36% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 58% chance to score 15 to 30, and a 6% chance to score 30 to 45. So most likely, he's going to score between 15 and 30 fantasy points. So Paul Millsap is definitely a better play, but I really needed that extra 200 salary, and he was just worth fitting in there to get the rest of my players in. So I just wanted to mention that. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. So look, guys, I know there's not a lot of sports playing right now, but we are posting a daily cheat sheet for esports for the League of Legends contests, and we just added these new DFS tools for the NBA simulated slates. We're going to be updating our tools to help you pick the best players for these sim sports, and I think these tools are going to give you a big advantage. There's no human element here. This is a stats game. This is a math problem. This is where our tools can really help you identify the numbers, the percent chance these players are going to score within these point ranges, so you know what you're getting into with each pick. Now, moving up in salary here, I like Jarrett Allen, projected at 28.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.7 times value. He's 6,000 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 9% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 45% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 38% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. A 6% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 2% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like Jarrett Allen here at 6,000 DraftKings salary. Okay, another nice mid-range play here. This is a great mid-range play. Jamal Murray, projected at 33.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.4 times value. He's 7,600 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 4% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 33% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 51% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. An 11% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And a 2% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like Jamal Murray here at 7,600 DraftKings salary. Now this next guy, we're going to get into the studs here. He's a bit overpriced, but he definitely fits into my lineup. I like Spencer Dinwiddie, projected at 36.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 3.9 times value. He's 9,400 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 3% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 25% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 53% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. A 17% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And a 2% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So if you have the extra salary, he's a guy that just kind of fit into my lineup. So I like Spencer Dinwiddie here at 9,400 DraftKings salary. But now looking at the top two studs on this slate, you'll see why I think Spencer Dinwiddie is overpriced, because for only 600 more, you're looking at the captain of the slate, Kyrie Irving, projected at 47.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.8 times value. He's 10,000 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 0% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 10% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 45% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. A 15% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And this is why I like this guy as captain, because he has a 30% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. That is 15% more than Nikola Jokic, which is the next stud we're going to get into. So he has the highest 60-plus point upside on the slate. So I like Kyrie Irving here at 10,000 DraftKings salary. And Nikola Jokic, he's 10,400 DraftKings salary. So he also makes a great captain. He has a much higher percent chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points than does Kyrie Irving. So he kind of balances out a little bit, but I still prefer Kyrie at captain. But I like Nikola Jokic, projected at 47.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.5 times value. He's 10,400 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. An 8% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 41% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 35% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 15% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like Nikola Jokic here at $10,400 DraftKings salary. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. This is a quick reminder, you should be reading the comments of this video. We have some savvy basketball fans who watch these videos, and they often give great plays and call me out when my picks are wrong. Wisdom of the crowd is a great way to get a feel for what players the field likes in today's NBA slate. We also have a DFS tool that shows you what players our members like for today's slate, so you can come on in and check that out.